All right, so you're gonna find that this is funny. First of all, I know Theta is gonna be doing their main net thing in like March or sometime or whatever, and there's a process to get your old Theta tokens to the new Theta tokens. When I get back, which will be soon, um, I'll end up doing a video about once I figure out exactly what their process is, I'll figure it out and tell you guys just so that we can prepare for that. But so you remember the other day I said, "Oh, my mom told me before I left, um, you're gonna meet somebody out there, like a man, like you wouldn't think, oh, I'm gonna meet a lot of men, gas station, food, not like that. It's like you're gonna meet somebody. It's not just gonna be bumping into somebody." And I mentioned this the other day, and we were in a town that had a population of maybe a couple hundred people or something. I don't even know. Very tiny town, middle of nowhere. It's something we just decided that it just felt right. Let's go there for, a certain part of our vacation. And it was actually our initial plans were to stay there the whole time. But we found ourselves exploring areas and just going and seeing stuff that was like minimum 45 minutes away. And it's like, man, we're way the hell out this way. And gas and time and like, I thought maybe we ought to just switch. I know we got a few days left, whatever. Maybe we ought to switch to an Airbnb closer. So remember the town I told you we stopped in because there's a Walmart and there's little supplies and things we could use. And I run it. We go into this restaurant, and I'm guys like, hey, there's three of you. I got three seats here. You want to sit over here? And we're like, yeah, sure. And it's that guy Ron. I told you about this the other day. And he's like, Jason Nip. I'm like, yes. So of course I know what that means. He obviously knows me on YouTube. And he's all like, whoa, like you're here. I'm like, yeah. What's the chances of that? And then after that experience, I said to you guys, I said, I think that was the guy my mom said I would meet. Like this is not just a normal, run into some random stranger for 5 seconds at a, gas station or something. I was like, I'm feeling it. So that town, which I'll say there's more than 5,000 people, less than 10,000 people in this town, is the one we met him in. But we only stopped here to get, a couple supplies. We didn't ever plan on coming back here like to stay until we realized, well, we got some stuff to do over there, and the mountain range nearby. There's actually like two or three, and the last part of this trip, we're like, well, we're gonna be out there more than anywhere else, so why don't we just the hell with it? Let's just get another Airbnb out there. So we did, and we're going to eat tonight, and we go to this place that we went before, and they had a decent pizza, a little Italian restaurant. They had a little karaoke night that was going on there, and that was a couple days ago, and it was kind of neat. So that we stopped by there on the way home to the one that was further away, the smaller town that we were staying at. Now that we're here, and we're like, oh, Bix, Bix is with us. And we thought karaoke, maybe Bix will get up there and sing or do something, just for fun. And it wasn't karaoke night, but they had a band there. And I say a band, like two guys and their guitars. And so it wasn't really karaoke. Bix gets up, they let him get up there and play. So they give him their guitar and his mic, and Bix starts singing a song he wrote a long time ago, and about no more chips and salsa when he worked at this restaurant, because he's like, oh, please, no more chips and salsa, bringing it out, repeat to all these customers is kind of a joke, but serious. And the waiters, oh my God, the waiters were dying. They loved it. So we're sitting there, and I don't know if it was Jean-Claude or Bix were like, hey, there's a brewery right down the street, which we know about it. We passed by there going through town. And yeah, what the hell, it's a little early. Let's go over there. So we go there, and this is the second time, because we were somewhere else in this town the other day before we changed plans and actually got a house here to stay for a little while. And I was like, I wonder what old Ron's doing. I thought, man, hey, we're going back to that restaurant we met Ron at. This is a few days ago. I'm like, wonder if we'll bump into him again. That'd be kind of funny. I almost thought about emailing him because I had his email. I didn't have his phone number. I had his email, and I said, well, by the time I email him, you think he's checking it every 5 seconds? So, we'll probably be long gone, so I didn't even bother. And so he was the guy we met last time, right? So we go to the brewery, and we're there for a while. We're just chatting and have a good old time. Me, Bix, JC, and Dave. And I'm having that. I had the thought earlier in the day, just out of nowhere, but I'm like, yeah, and I think we even mentioned it loud, like, oh, I wonder what Ron's doing. Wouldn't it be funny if we bumped into him again? Guess who shows up at the brewery? I'm looking out. There's a little outside patio, and we'd already been there for a while. And I see this guy with like this little patch thing, on his shoulder, or whatever, his arm. And I'm just looking out the window at him, and I look up at his face. I see the side profile. Oh my God, it's Ron. I grab JC and Dave. I'm like, dudes, it's Ron. He's here. What? They look over. Holy crap! So they go out there. He sees them. He sees us. We see him. He runs in. Oh my God! You second time in a row? Are you kidding me? I was like, dude. Not only is it the second time in a row, we got a place here to stay for a few days before we leave the last part of our trip. So he was super excited. He brought a friend over, and we're chatting, and everybody, I guess, except for me, was having a couple of drinks. I'm not a beer guy. I'll drink other things, sweet drinks and things, but I'm just not a beer guy. But it was just a good time. It was so funny. But I'll end this video. It's just a little update. I thought it would be kind of funny. When we were out yesterday on one of the trail sites or whatever, we're going up and down all of these places, and we had this nice little place to just sit and chill and enjoy the view and that kind of thing. And Vix is like, I feel like I want to go write a song. He didn't have his guitar with him, but he's like, I'm trying to think if he brought it, but either way, he didn't have it with him. And he's like, I feel like I want to go write a song. And we're like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So he just kind of wanders off just a little bit down this path. There's a couple of like rocks and things to sit on. And so he just went on his way, and he went around like this little slight corner, and we couldn't see him anymore. But he was in yelling distance, and so we were just chilling over on the side, give him his space. And he's like, all right, I wrote most of it, or I wrote some of it, and Dave's like, well, how much? He's like, oh, I got 4 verses, and I got this, I got like, oh, so basically you wrote the whole damn song, you already finished it. So, but we didn't hear it, he had some lyrics. He didn't really share any of it with us yet. So today, this morning, before we switched houses, I'm like, I got to do some laundry. So I put some stuff out there to get ready for that. And it was in the morning, and I catch a piece of Bix playing his guitar and singing some lyrics. And I'm like, wow, that sounds really good. So I go do my thing. I come back into the house for a second. I'm like, I got to get my camera. And so I got my good camera, which I brought with me, obviously. And I just hadn't really used it too much. I've been using the GoPro and my phone for pictures of us and hanging out and stuff. But I'm like, no, I need to get my good camera. So I'm like, all right, Bix, start over and play that song again, like from the beginning. He's like, all right. And it actually has to do with like our journey and what we're doing and all this stuff. And it was so neat. And it sounded so freaking amazing. So I'm going to probably upload it tomorrow. I've got it on my camera. It was raw. It was his first, live performance, so to speak, in front of me. Really doing the full song with a guitar in his hand. He didn't have a guitar when he wrote it. So I thought that was crazy. And I'm like, dude, this is really, like, this isn't just like good. This is really, really good. And he's like, I was kind of felt inspired, like almost like, I just kind of had this thought or vision of like this Indian woman. She's out here with us, in the wilderness, and she's like guiding us down these paths and trails, and like she's with us, in spirit. And I'm like, oh. And I'm listening to the lyrics and stuff. I'm like, holy crap. It was really, really good. So I'm going to upload that probably tomorrow sometime. We're at the new house, a little bit better bandwidth internet-wise here. And like I said, we'll be here for a few more days before we head back. But I just want to tell you that thing about Ron. 2 times in a row, and he's like, dude, there's something here. Like, there's no way we met again twice by accident. Like, this is not just about you and me running into each other again. This is like universe doing. I said, dude, you don't have to tell us twice. We know. And we were talking about some stuff, and I'm like, I don't think that's it. I said, listen, we'll probably be coming back again. This place is beautiful, this whole area. And I want to bring my whole family at some point, and it may be the next time we come. I'm not sure. But I'm like, there's going to be something coming in the future with you and me I don't know what it is yet. It's not the stuff we just talked about, YouTube stuff, and so I'm like, no, it's not that. It's something else. I don't know what it is, but when it happens, we'll recognize it. And I said, I personally feel it'll be the next time I come, whenever that may be. But I definitely will be coming back. Matter of fact, all of us have decided we definitely want to come back. Me, JC, Dave. Um, and we may end up doing something different with Bix. You know, maybe he wants to go somewhere and we'll do something with him. So we talked about that too. But anyways, just a little update. You know, I'm out here doing stuff. And like I said, I'm morning time to late at night. We're out doing stuff, exploring, riding the Polaris. Went out today earlier with the guys. We went to the quote unquote Emerald Cave, whatever. And I did get some GoPro footage of this little cave in the ground. It only goes back like 30 feet, and they've got these interesting like bluish, more green type of stones. We're not or crystals. We're not really sure what they are, like 100%. Um, I thought I had one I may have one in here in my room somewhere, but we just got a few of those things after we switched houses. We didn't have much time, so I look forward to sending you that video. But when the guy with Ron was like, when you get back home, you're gonna see your mom, right? I was like, yeah, I will. Why don't you ask her like what she thinks of this? I mean, you think it was me that she told? I was like, yeah, absolutely. I know it's you, like 100%. So I got a picture of him. I'm like, well, I'm sending it to my mom. Hey, when I get home, Mom, does this look like the guy, or does it ring a bell to you at all? See what she says. So it's so weird, so funny. There's quite a few restaurants in this town. There's other things to do in this town. Like, it's not to where, it's a one saloon town and you're going to find, a guy amongst thousands of people twice in a row on the same, again, it's just mind boggling how this is all working out right now. And we knew when we asked Bix to come, we just kind of knew, like I told you guys last time with Dave, we just knew we needed to bring him. And this is something like that for Bix too. So we had a chat tonight where I think we figured out what it was. It was really neat, real nice, cool stuff. So, anyways, leave you guys with that, and wait for the song tomorrow. It's freaking great. Take care.